Imagine setting out on a hike with your best friend. Two girls, full of excitement, surrounded by beauty, completely unaware that they are walking into something they may never return from. Now imagine this. Days later, their phones begin dialing emergency numbers over and over again in the middle of a jungle. Photos are found, strange, unsettling photos, taken in the dead of night. And then months later, pieces of them begin to surface. Not answers, just fragments. This is not just a disappearance. This is one of the most disturbing, unsolved mysteries in recent history. This is the story of Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. And once you hear it, you'll understand why some people believe they were never alone in that jungle. Before we jump right into their story, kindly share, subscribe so you never miss an update. Panama, April 2014. A place known for its breathtaking landscapes, dense rainforests, and hidden trails that stretch for miles without another soul in sight. For 21-year-old Kris and 22-year-old Lisanne, this trip was supposed to be the experience of a lifetime. They had traveled from the Netherlands to explore, to volunteer, to live freely for a while. They documented their journey with photos, smiling, laughing, soaking in every moment. To anyone watching from the outside, everything seemed perfect until April 1st. That morning, the two friends left their host family's home near Bouquet, a quiet town surrounded by jungle. They planned to hike a trail known as the Pianista Trail. It wasn't considered dangerous. The locals described it as scenic, even relaxing. They took a small backpack. Inside, a camera, 2 phones, some water. Nothing unusual. Nothing that suggested they thought they wouldn't come back. But they never did. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Photos recovered later show the girls smiling on the trail, posing near streams, enjoying the hike. Sunlight filters through the trees. Everything looks normal, but then something changes. The last daytime photo shows them near the top of the trail. After that, silence. No more normal pictures, no messages, no goodbyes. Just nothing until hours later. That same day, one of their phones dials an emergency number. Then again, and again, over the next several days. Their phones tell a story the girls never could. Emergency services were dialed repeatedly. Sometimes the calls connected for only seconds, sometimes not at all. They tried during the day. They tried at night. At one point, the phones were turned on briefly, just to check for signal, then turned off again, as if someone was trying to conserve battery. But here's where it gets disturbing. After several days, only one phone remained active, Lisanne's. Kris's phone was never unlocked again, and then the PIN code attempt started failing. Whoever had the phone couldn't access it anymore. 8 days after they disappeared, something chilling happened. The camera was turned back on, but this time, the photos were completely different. No smiling faces, no scenery, just darkness. Dozens of pictures were taken in the middle of the night. Some show nothing but black sky. Others capture strange details. Branches, plastic bags, a piece of fabric. And one image that still disturbs investigators. The back of Kris's head. Her hair appears damp, unnatural, almost lifeless. Why were these photos taken? Some believe they were trying to use a flash to see in the dark. Others think they were signaling for help. And then there are those who believe they weren't the ones taking the photos at all. Weeks turned into months. Search teams combed the jungle. Volunteers joined in, but it was as if the forest had swallowed them whole. Then, nearly 10 weeks later, a local woman discovered something along a riverbank, a backpack. Inside it, their phones, the camera, personal belongings, all surprisingly intact, not scattered, not destroyed, placed, almost like it had been left there intentionally. And then more discoveries followed. Clothing, boots, and eventually human remains. Some bones showed signs of decomposition, consistent with time in the jungle, but others raised questions. One of Kris's bones appeared unnaturally cleaned, as if it had been bleached. No clear explanation was ever given. Officials concluded the girls likely got lost in the jungle, that they panicked, that they fell. that nature took its course. And maybe that's true, but many people don't believe it, because too many details don't add up. Why did they continue beyond the known trail? Why were the night photos so strange? Why was the backpack found in such good condition? Why did the phone activity feel deliberate? Some believe they encountered someone in the jungle, someone who followed them, or worse. Others think they became disoriented and slowly succumbed to the environment. And then there are theories that go even darker, that what happened to them was never meant to be discovered. Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon set out on a simple hike. They trusted the path. They trusted the moment. And somehow that moment turned into a mystery that still hasn't been solved. 2 lives full of plans, dreams, and stories left unfinished. And all that remains are questions. If stories like this remind you how fragile life can be, and how important it is to remember the people behind the mystery, then help keep their story alive. Like this video, share it and subscribe, because as long as we keep telling their story, they are never truly lost. Thank you for staying till the end. See you in our next series.